Time to dole out some draft grades here for the NFC East. I wonder how Drew would grade the Philadelphia Eagles draft here. Instead, DJ, you get the call here. And it looks like a draft that on paper, out of those first three picks, going to make defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz really happy.
I think he's going to be happy. You look at these guys. These are productive college football players with very high floors, from Derek Barnett all the way down to Sheldon Gibson. Productive players. That's why I'm going to give them an A for what they're able to accomplish here.
Right.
And to me, when I really want to focus, I love Barnett, but to me, this draft is about the two corners, Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas. Sidney Jones, to me, doesn't have the Achilles injury. You're talking about a top 15 pick in the discussion to be the first corner off the board. I have to wait a little bit on him. But Rasul Douglas from West Virginia, 8 interceptions, the size to match up with the bigger wide receivers in this division. I think he's a day one starter.
Love what the Philadelphia Eagles did. Nice pick.
Donnell Pumphrey down there. I think everyone there in Philly is going to love watching him run around at Lincoln Financial Field. Bucky, let's move on to the Washington Redskins here. Similar to the Eagles, they got a corner that fell because of injury, and Fabian Moreau, and a couple of front seven studs up there.
Really, really solid in what they were doing. When I think about investing, they kind of invest like Warren Buffett does, meaning they invest in brand names. And because I give them a B+. Big schools, Alabama played on the big stage. P. Ryan played at Oklahoma. Solid guys where you can see how they're going to transition to the National Football League. But the guy that really stands out to me, yes, they got a value pick in Jonathan Allen, but how about Ryan Anderson? Blue-collar player on the outside, rugged, physical, can give you a little pass rushing presence, but is also stout against the run. Very complete player. But then you go to the 4th round. Samaje Perine, big physical running back, ideally suited to play behind that big physical offensive line. They can get back to mashing people like they want to. The Washington Redskins really improved their roster a lot by making smart, solid choices in the draft.
And we kind of continue that theme with those 4th-round running backs, Pumphrey, Perine, and then all the way to the New York Giants, got Wayne Gallman in the 4th round. But this draft, DJ, kind of seemed like helping and then maybe preparing for life after Eli.
Yeah, this is what I like about it. They took care of the now as well as looking towards the future. I'm going to give them a B for what they accomplished here with the Giants draft. And let's start with Evan Ingram there, that first overall pick. Maybe surprise some folks that maybe haven't watched the show. We've been talking about him being a late first-round pick, a matchup nightmare. You look at what Jordan Reed's been able to accomplish with the Redskins. You got a souped-up version of Jordan Reed here. And then Dalvin Tomlinson out of Alabama. You watch all their big games, and he just continually shows up. Dominant run defender, and I think he's got a little more to offer as a pass rusher at the next level.
And Davis Webb gets to sit behind one of the best there in Eli Manning and learn for a little while as we move on to the Dallas Cowboys here, who I thought this was interesting, Bucky. I mean, Jane Slater kind of told us that Taco Charlton wasn't the best player available on their board. He was their best edge rusher at the time.
I'm a bit surprised, but they needed to fill defensive end pass rusher, and they needed to get some cornerbacks. And they did a good job attacking the draft. Because of that, I'm going to give them a B for their efforts. Taco Charlton under Rod Marinelli should reach his potential. He's a guy, a one-year wonder a bit at Michigan. Plays, has the traits, shows the motor, shows the consistency at times, but you just want to see more. He can be a guy that can really get it done. In the secondary, they really upgraded Cheeto Awuzie, Jordan Lewis. In Awuzie, you get a starter. You get a versatile player, a guy that can play outside, can play inside. Very solid in his technique. He can tackle. He does a lot of good things on the edge. He's an upgrade over what they were playing with. Jordan Lewis, you're talking about the best nickel corner, arguably in the draft. I think they really helped their defense.
Everybody does draft grades. Let's take it to the next level. Let's just put a percentage on them here. Let's just give them an 85 here for this one.
Look at this.
Solid B. I think we take this to the next level. I mean, is this an 84 draft or was it an 86 draft? I'm saying it's an 85 draft.
No, that's big. Nice. And just FYI for clarification, these are only the first 5 rounds worth of picks. So if you're wondering where my 6th or 7th round picks is, they're there. They're just not on the magnet board.